Well. Welcome back those who have joined me in my third stint at the SEK series, round 2 at Canberra, and this is the 7-hour race. Now I just want to say, I just did a 15-minute commentary, and at the end I was like, I've probably said way too much secrets that our team has. So I deleted that 15-minute commentary and now I'm restarting. So, teammates that may watch this, you're welcome. I got to try and not spill our secrets because it's a tight championship. I think we're currently first, or we might have slipped to second, but it's tight. So I got to keep my commentary tight. All I'll say is we did a good job this weekend. We struggled a bit on pace. The other teammates thought that it was the kart. I personally don't think it was. It might have been the kart was more suited to my driving style, and it may not have suited my teammates' driving styles. So maybe that's why they weren't as happy with the kart. We try to compensate. Like I try to say, hey, just set it to the way you need it, and I'll just try and drive it. And they changed it around a bit, but I don't think they're still happy. But end result, we were all still fairly fast. In saying that though, I think we were like 4th or 5th fastest in our team, but my team leader showed me the data analysis, 4th or 5th fastest in our category, but my team leader gave me the data, and we're the slowest, fastest lap, but we're the most consistent overall. So I think that's just what we're good at. I think we're just so good at consistency, even though we're slower than the other teams. We may be, say, 5/10 slower, but we're 5/10 slower every lap. Yeah, does that make sense? We're the fastest driver in the category. He may be like a second faster than us on one lap, but then he may be only 1/10 faster than us on the next lap. So I think it's just our consistency, and that's why I like this team so much, because they're fast, then they know what they're doing, and they challenge me. So I'm very talented in karting, and I'm very knowledgeable. So if we have I can't think of the word. If we have a disagreement, they'll challenge. If I say nah, if they say, oh, we need to do this, and I'll be like, I don't think we really need to do that. They'll challenge it. Like they'll say, oh well, we need to do this because it's doing this, and then I'll rethink. I'll be like, oh, well, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Let's do it. I like that about my teammates, because even though I have the knowledge and I'm happy to teach my teammates in some parts where they might be lacking, they're also very knowledgeable as well. Just because I have a lot of knowledge and skill in the sport doesn't mean I'm always right. So I like how they challenge, where another team might be different. They might be like, he's so knowledgeable and skillful, let's do everything he says. And I know I'm not always going to be right. I'm just fast. I'm just fast in the kart, and I work around the kart setup. So if they want to change it for their style, it might not be right in my eyes, but they might debate it, be like, well, it's doing this for me, and I don't like that. And I might think, it's not really doing that for me, but I actually like it doing that. So I'm happy for them to change it, because I can still work on another setup where they can only work on their setup. So that's what I like about this team. They're fast, they do have the knowledge, and they do challenge what I do say at times. Sometimes they agree with me. Sometimes I say, look, let's just try it this way. Or another example, on this weekend, They said there was something wrong with the setup. I said there's not. They said, well, it's doing this. I was like, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with them. I just said I like it doing that. And they just said we'd like to do it a bit less. So I said, well, if you want to do it less, you need to do this. But if you do what I suggested, if you do too much of that, it then affects another part of the kart, and then you lose more time. So then they compromised. They said, okay, well, let's not change it significantly. Let's just change it a bit. Go out, test it at practice, and if it's better, then it's better. If it's not, we'll change it back. Or if it's still doing what we don't want, we just change it a little bit more. So they compromise, they challenge, they agree, and I like that. I like that. But yeah, overall, we did a fairly good job. We came out in second with only a lap down out of 500 laps or something. Like that's really good. Third place was maybe 5 laps behind us or something. I can't remember. It was around 5 laps. The only few issues we had were pit stops were a little bit sloppy, but we picked it up. Like first few were a little sloppy, then we picked it up really well, and then we had to do a tire pressure change, which became a little sloppy. But overall, I think the pit stops were good. Just maybe a little bit more tweaking there, and then the headset communications, we got a bit sloppy with that as well. I think that was on me. Just my communication to the driver was, let's just say, sloppy, and the driver didn't like how I was communicating, and he snapped at me, and I think that's fair. He's under a lot of pressure. He's like 100% focused, so he's going to be very drained mentally. So if communication isn't going his way and he snaps, that's on me. I've got to make sure I'm keeping the driver comfortable and making sure that I'm keeping it as easy as possible for him. I did have a team meeting over the group chat about the headset communication, just to see if we can fix it up a bit. I don't know if we need like code words or if we need like simple communication. I don't know, but they were a bit slow. In this stint, I didn't get talked to for the first 5 minutes. I was saying radio check, can you hear me? Hello, radio check. It was like 5 laps, and I didn't know if there were fast cars coming behind me. So little issues with the communication over the headset, but I mean, I'm not stressing about that. I only need them to say it's a fast car behind you, and I'll make sure he passes me without me losing any time. That's it. That's all I really need to know. There's small things like how much time's left, or sometimes team leader might change the strategy around, but I'm not stressing about communication. I'm pretty good with it. So, but yeah, we can fix those few things up. But I think I'll let you all watch the rest of the race. Few good little moments here and there. Next round is in Newcastle, so home track. Got to make sure that I represent there, and I think that's going to be in 2 weeks' time. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the video, and hopefully I didn't spill any of our secrets. If I have, I'll get in trouble. I know that. And everyone else, hopefully I didn't bore you with my long commentary. What am I up to? I'm almost 10 minutes. All right. I'll leave you alone. Enjoy the rest of the race. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Bye. really messed up 77 a little bit there. Bit of a poor pass. Copy.
who's fastest? Copy. Copy. What number was it? 886? Oh, what? How the fuck am I gonna hold him off? Yeah, copy. Ah! Copy. Safety car? Oh shit, I just passed 48. Fuck. I passed and then I saw the lights on turn 3. Alright, I've got footage of it, because I was up beside him before turn 3, but I don't know if we're going to get called up. I don't think I was overlapped, I was side by side. But I had the corner, and as I was coming to the corner I saw the red and yellow, so I only had the inside. Should I let him back through? Oh, I really hope that doesn't bite us in the butt. Copy. Might be I can't say anything, might be like a debris or something, but maybe no. number 6 is shaking his head as well because he's confused. Yeah, copy. Alright, copy. Yeah, but there's no way to know. Like I was fine. There was no carts holding me up. Copy. I'm a fat boy. 193. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm behind 6, so I might try and follow him through, but he's... Yeah. Yeah, well I got 48 behind me, so he might hold up a little bit. Yeah, okay. Everybody's engines are failing. 249, 69 and 222, their engines are failing, so everyone's engines are failing. 249, 69 and 222. They've all been trying to pull start their engines. Is blocking me. Yeah, he's blocking me big time. I can't do it this lap. Fuck me. No, he's going to start blocking again. I'm going to come in. Because he is slower than me. slowing me down big time. This might have been a bad idea. Oh shit! Mick's old man just took out the pole. Yeah, that's okay. Copy. Yep. Holy shit! Yeah, no, 13 slides he's cut so much. Wow. Ah, fuck yeah. Yeah, 13, he slides his car a lot to get around the corners. I did not expect him to do that. That was crazy. Come in. I'm in. Which side am I jumping out again? I'm on your side, aren't I?